Hello, it is time for Art in the AM, and I am working for day 24 in my leaf journal. And I have fallen a little bit behind. I have not done a page every single day, but I'm going to do each page. If you are in my Art Journaling 101 group, there is a list of 30 prompts. Basically ideas for creating some art in a journal if you want, but any kind of art. And I just go in order. And it helps to hold me accountable. It helps me to have an idea in a focus. So when I got ready for the video today, I kind of had a focus because I already knew what I was going to do. And it just makes it an easy way for me to not make excuses, not spend so much time thinking about what to do, right? Do you spend more time thinking about what to do than actually doing it sometimes? I know that is me sometimes. So following the prompts for me is just an easy way to do something creative every day, which is really why I started my business, why I started this page. And if you stick around on December, I believe it's December 11th. It's over there, I'll have to look. December 11th is a pretty big day. That was kind of the day that I came up with the idea of my business, parts of it, what I was going to do, and really this idea of journaling. So stay tuned. I'll share more about that story on December 11th because it's kind of like the anniversary of that idea. But today, I'm actually going to do kind of a short video, tell you the idea, show you a couple of things, and show you something that I found. I found it when I was organizing my space here, and I'm like 99% done. I will share photos. I'm not going to do a little video or anything right now, but I will probably do a video at some time when it's all completely finished, which will be this week. And the reason that I'm doing kind of a shorter video, I just got a notification. We have family members coming into town this week because right now is Thanksgiving week, and they just landed at the airport, and I'm the one picking them up. So, they have to get to the spot and, all of that and get to the door. And I already told them it was going to be probably 11:45 before I got to the airport. So I'm just going to keep the video kind of short, show you a couple of things, show you my thought process for day 24, which is Artsy Leaf. I did not bring my journals over because I have a spot for them from my November journals from the past, which I have been showing the past few weeks, but I will make a post of those photos from those journals when I get today's page done. So it'll have 4 ideas, really, if you want to create an artsy leaf page. And I'll show you kind of my thought process behind that. So here is the item that I found that I'm going to use on the page here to alter it, I guess, is probably the best word. I have been using a lot of pages in my journal. This one I just did last night, which I have not even shared yet, except for in Art Journaling 101. If you want to see more ideas, Art Journaling 101, really, there's something that keeps popping up here, is the one, hey there, Sue, I just saw your comment because there was something like blocking it. But I shared this page inside Art Journaling 101 last night. Well, it was kind of this morning at like 12:30 a.m. when I finished it. I had my space cleaned and I wanted to do some art. But I've been taking the pages in the back, which are a heavier weight scrapbook paper, and I've been putting those on there because the journal that I am using is a sketchbook, which means that the pages are 65 pounds, which is about half of what I normally use. So I've been using the scrapbook paper to add a little bit of weight. But I don't want to use just the scrapbook paper. I don't want to use it just like it is, so I want to alter it a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do today, and I'm going to show you kind of like my idea for the artsy page. And I'm going to show you this tool that I found that I knew that I had, but it was a small little thing and I couldn't find it. And I found it because I actually went through things instead of just kind of pushing them off to the side. So let me go ahead and show you. And I will show you, I have all but 3 pages done in my journal. And I will show you what I've been doing for these little pockets up here. And what I've been putting onto a few of those as I've been finishing. So hey there, Kathy. It was such a fun page to do, and I'm going to kind of duplicate it a little bit today, so you'll kind of see a little bit of the process. So these are my 2 pages that I'm using, and right now I already have a pocket here with this page and this card. So what I've been doing is writing the date, labeling the prompt on there, and then I've just been describing how I created the page and putting a few pieces so that I can be able to see like what it was that I used and kind of a description. So that's what I've been putting on the front. And then on the back, what I plan to do is write something that I'm grateful for that day. So I'm a little behind, however, I write things that I'm grateful for like every day. Do you take time to do that? Do you have like a gratitude journal? I know some people do it on a calendar, some people do it like actually in a journal. So here is what I'm going to do. Since I don't need the pocket on this page, I'll just be able to adhere the scrapbook paper right down onto here. And I actually have left these 2 papers so I can create the pocket here so I can adhere it down. So that's something you have to think about if you're doing these kind of pocket ideas. You have to not glue things down. So these are the 2 pages that I have, and they're just left over and they'll fit pretty well inside of there. And I don't really even matter, you know, I don't care that the lettering is going like sideways. But what I'm going to do is take my glue stick. I think the glue stick is probably the easiest. I have used my double-sided tape to adhere pages down, especially if I'm making them into a pocket. Sometimes the double-sided tape is good for just, you know, the section that I want. I kind of like this ripped edge, so I think I'm going to put that, although it's not ripped in a straight line. I'm still going to do it this way. So I kind of line it up with the edges, and I'll show you another little thing that I've been doing. I found a lot of extra gift cards, you know, used gift cards. I did find one gift card that I'm not sure. It didn't have so I'm just kind of like burnishing this down on here, and that way I kind of know that it's glued everywhere. It kind of overlaps the binding right there, so I'm going to rip it a little bit right here. The spiral, that's what I was, I mean, you can tell this paper is really, really thick. And I'll probably save this. Oh, I really like this torn edge that this is making. And you can see I overlapped it on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to glue this side. And another thing that I found, these are the plastic cutting mats that you get at the Dollar Tree. So I cut one in half. I cut it in half so that now I can put it behind here, and I can go all the way to the edges with my glue stick and not worry about it gluing the other page to it, you know, the page behind it. I don't know if you've ever had that happen, but I have. So these really help to be able to to have that on back there. I always try to remember to put my lid on my glue stick, because I have done that before where I have not glued it in. I'll tell you what, before that glue dries, I'm going to go ahead and rip this edge, since I really liked how that one looked. These are from a scrapbook pad of paper. Do you ever get those? Or did you get those? And it there's all these like vintagey kind of papers. So I kind of liked, you know, how that looks. So I will save these little pieces. Now I will put this over here. And that worked very well. And then I can kind of burnish it. So there's your little tip. You need to, well, 2 little tips. You need to have some of these cutting boards because they work really well to protect your other papers. And you need to have some old credit cards that you can like burnish onto there. Oh, I didn't grab my scissors. Well, I'm just going to leave it like this. So let me make sure this is the top here. Okay, you ready for the little tool? It's going to work better on this paper, so I'm going to show it to you on this paper here. It's kind of dark right there for some reason. Here's the little tool. Do you know what this is? This is the little tool that I found. And I know that that's backwards, but it says on there, plus, guard your ID. It says guard your ID. Do you have any idea what that is? This is why I lost it, because it was so small, it just got tucked in to something. So this is a little lid that comes off, and it's a little roller. And on this little roller is just all of these random letters, X's, and you know, just all these different letters. And it is to go over a page if you have sensitive information, to be able to guard that information, because it essentially does the opposite of whiteout. It blacks it out, and it makes it, it kind of blends in with the letters, because this is all just letters on here. So what I'm going to do is to go over and alter this page, and you'll see what it looks like. I don't think I have any white paper over here just to, here, I will use one of my note cards, and I'll show you on this first what it looks like. Just like random letters. Just, you can't, even though it's backwards, like you can't read them. It's just random. And it just makes this fun little line. And you can, depending on how much you press down on it, if you overlap, it creates like these different values with the random letters on there. So I'm just going to kind of add to this page. And look, you can try doing circles. I mean, it's not about what's on there as much as it is just altering the page. Ooh, I can actually get kind of like a swirl on there. You know me, you know I like swirls. So let's do more of that. And let me get a couple kind of down here. So now I've like altered that page a little bit. And that was essentially what I did back here, except that I used this stamp, this leaf stamp, and I just used my stamp pad that is permanent, so it didn't smear anything. And over top of this scrapbook paper, I keep wanting to say sketchbook paper, the scrapbook paper, I just pressed the leaf. So it was the same idea as what I did on that other one. Now for this one, since it already has the lettering on there and it's darker, what I thought that I would try is some of this neon paint. So I am actually going to, I brought my stamp pad over here, and I think I'm going to try, because this is brown, I'm just going to try to see what this looks like on here. So I just kind of stamp the stamp pad on here, and it's not even, you know, it doesn't even matter if it gets it completely. Make sure I put my lid back on the stamp pad. And let's just see what it does on this page here. Because I'm just altering the page so that it's not the, I'll lift that up so you can see it. And I'll just see if I have a little bit of ink to do the rest of it here too. Not very much. I'll see if I have any. Somebody like gave me this stamp. I don't even know where it came from. I'm going to do just a little bit over here too. And then I'll show you actually how well it shows up on that black paper, which surprises me. And then I will show you my idea, and then I will go, because I want to go ahead and get going. The airport is about 40 minutes or so, and I don't think I'm going to hit like any traffic right now. But that way they're not waiting too long at the airport. Okay, and then I put this backing back on so it keeps the stamps like moist. So let me show you. Can you see the leaf pattern on there? It actually shows up much better than I thought that it would. So what I'm going to do is try this green neon paint. And then I will show you what I'm planning on doing for the artsy part. So I just squirted it right on there. It's a little bit bright. I don't know, I may even want to tone that down a little bit. I dipped into some water just to water it down. And I haven't cut the paper yet, so I'm just kind of going up to the edge. Now see, I would not have been able to add this water onto this, the paper, the sketchbook paper. I would have not definitely have been able to add that. So I kind of toned it down a little bit and just gave it like a little bit of color on there. And then I think on this side, I'm going to use this blue. I might add a little bit of blue on the other side too. And then I'll show you what my idea for the artsy part is. And I'm just going to dip into some water. This one I've noticed is a little bit more opaque. So I am going to add a little bit. I don't think you can see both sides there. That kind of toned down that green a little bit over there. You know, so just like that, it doesn't look like a scrapbook page anymore. It doesn't look like, you know, I've done something else to it. And, well, I kind of like when I add the water there to that, actually. Let's get a little bit of that moving around. You could add some medium, some acrylic medium to it. I just had the water close by. You know, because this is just in my journal. This is just me trying some things. It's not going to be hung up on the wall. It's giving me ideas, really, for maybe other artwork that I want to do. So these are my pages here. And what I'm going to do, I'll let that dry, but I'm going to show you what my plan is for the artsy part. Now I have a clean space over there. I can put it over there. So I have a bunch of art stickers. I happen to have a lot of Van Gogh ones. And I also have this little book of Dali, Salvador Dali stickers. And what I thought that I would do, I have a leaf shape like this. And I'm not going to use this one. It's one of these ones that you can get from the Dollar Tree that have the sparkles on there. But I'm going to use it to be able to trace onto a piece of paper. I don't have the piece of paper over here, but let's just pretend. I'm going to trace it onto a piece of paper, just whatever scrap piece of paper I have. And then I'm going to take these stickers And I'm just going to stick them all over, kind of overlapping, and, you know, just kind of sticking those around and have, look at this one, it says go for it. Doesn't feel porous. It is a little bit because it's paper, but not so much. It's a heavier weight paper. The heavy, like more like cardstock kind of scrapbook paper. But what I'm going to do is just kind of put these stickers all over that leaf, and then I won't have to use glue or anything. They're already stuck on there, and then I will cut out the leaf shape. And then my plan is on one side, I think, depending on the contrast, I'll probably put it on this side. And then over here, probably what I'm going to do is pick some kind of a quote, probably like by Van Gogh, and put over, and I will probably write it in a Posca marker. I have a white over here, but I'm probably going to do a color, like maybe a blue, right? And I might outline it in white or something. So I'll put the quote over here and have the leaf over here that has all of these art stickers on it. So in just a few minutes, I mean, that'll take me a little bit just to put the stickers on there and cut out the leaf and then do the quote over here. But I've created this page that allowed me to use like a fun little tool, this Guard Your ID. You can get this in like an office supply store. And I just love that it has like the little wheel on there. And, you know, I'll have to cut these down a little bit. But in just a little bit of time, I've created a page that let me use all of these different tools. And then, you know, I got to kind of play around and just try some things. And that is going to be my artsy page. And when I glue these two together, I will just put a little bit of glue from my glue stick on both ends to glue that together. So then that way I can stick my card in there, and I'll keep a little bit of this paper, put a sticker over there, and kind of explain my process. And I'll do a little roll of this. And that's how I kind of track and explain, you know, and remember like how I completed the page. So that is my super quick idea about an artsy leaf page. And I will probably finish it. My family members got up super early today to get to the airport, so they're probably going to come and rest. And while they're resting, I'll probably finish this page. So look later for those 4 photos of the artsy pages, this one and then the other 3 that I've done the past 3 years. And the last thing that I wanted to tell you about, even if you're watching this live or if you come back and watch the replay anytime during this week, this Friday, I know it's Black Friday, but we are doing something brand new, something different. When I say we, I mean the Create Collective artists. And if you are part of the Create-a-thon community, you can make a comment here in the video. But on Friday, inside that group, so you do have to be in the group to participate in this. I do have an event here on my page, but you have to be in the group to have access to 6 videos over 6 days from the artists of the group who are going to be doing essentially a sale. And I have sorted through and found things for the sale, and I will be posting inside the event some photos, but I will tell you a couple of the things that I have for sale. My video is going to be on Friday, Black Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern inside the Create-a-thon community. You can let me know in the comments if you need the link to that. You can go to the event here on my page and the link is there for the group. But I do know I'm going to have some stencil packs. I have found some stencils that have never been used. Some are still in the packaging. Some I've separated out so I can make kind of packs of stencils. So the same thing that I did with the stamp, you could do with stencils. I use stencils not for like stenciling like a painting using them. I use them to alter my pages and to add texture, to add depth to my pages, and just for the design of the stencil. So you'll see more what I mean. But the stencil packs I know are something that I'm gonna make up a pack, and they're probably gonna be super inexpensive. And you'll find out more about how the sale works, but I know that that's going to be one of the things. I have original artwork that I'm going to be selling that I have created. I have blanks of wood pieces that you can paint that I'm going to be selling. I haven't pulled out everything, but I anticipate, especially with the multiple stencil packs and things that I have, I will probably have like 20 or 25 things in the sale on Friday. So I hope that you come. It's going to be a lot of fun for us to just kind of give back to all of the people who have been in that community, and just like a fun way. Mine, because I spent some time in my studio cleaning up, is almost like a part de-stash. I'm like, wanting to pass along to other people some of the things that I found that I'm not using. So Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, you can mark going, but you do have to be in the group to be able to see the 6 videos. And all 6 artists each day through next Wednesday will have a video sale inside that group selling their things. And you'll find out more about how you get the item that you want. But if you want some stencils, if you want some artwork, if you want some gifts, it would probably be a great thing for you to show up and put on your calendar the 6 different artists that are going live inside the Create-a-thon community for that sale. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and grab my iced coffee and head out the door and go pick up my family members. And I do hope that you all have a great Thanksgiving, a week filled with some awesome memories, and hopefully connecting with maybe family that you haven't seen in a while, and that you enjoy all the yummy food on Thanksgiving. So I will see you on Friday inside the Create-a-thon community, and look for pictures of my page and my cleaned up studio sometime this week too. So I'll see you then.